conversations afterwards. I'm glad that feels good.
Yeah,
Stephanie, how are you feeling?
good, good. When we were doing the figure eights with the hips, I was getting a pulling in my left knee, right on the top of the knee, and I was trying to adjust my foot. I felt like it was the foot position that maybe was causing that. But it's interesting through the whole 7 weeks we've been doing anything that comes up as kind of a little issue, a little twang or a little ouch is always on the left side.
Mhm.
And so I feel like the adjustments I have to make are always kind of left sided. Something's different about the left side. Um, so yeah, so engagement, two things on the hips. I struggle with isolating the gluteal muscles. So that I think is just practice because it took me a long time to isolate the V muscles, and be able to really feel like I was working them. So now I got to work on the gluteals, but also foot position, I think is really important for that one, at least
Uh,
for me.
yeah, and the big toe connection. The big toe
Oh, good
connection.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So, listen, I have really been pushing off with my big toe. I've been walking a lot, right? I've added walking a lot into my programming. Um, and I'm really working my foot control while I'm walking, and that pressing down through the big toe is so much more powerful on me now. And how long have we been working on this, right? Like I've been working on it even longer than everyone. And now, just now, I can walk on a treadmill at like 4.3 miles per hour at 7% incline, and I have no fear in my hips, and I have complete control. So it's that pressing down of the toe, and it's just starting to work for me. So what I'm saying is it may take years, but we will be so grateful we did those years when it all
Yeah.
starts to connect. Okay, so this isn't a fast fix, these are little things. And the other thing is isolating one side and releasing one side, and isolating one side and releasing one side. I bet if I asked everyone as a collective, that's hard. The brain doesn't even know how to do that, right? So you just got to get there. Mariah, were you able to do that? Could you feel the shifting from side to side with the glutes?
Yes, because I have sort of been practicing that because I noticed with the zip up, I was not always doing the protection of the lower back. So I've been trying to practice that more. So yeah, I could feel that. The only thing is I may have done that too much because I seem to have uncovered where my old injury is, which is always this pain right here, like attachment point
Mm-hmm.
through here and the top of the hip.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it needs more or less at this point.
Well, that's what we find out, right? Movement reveals all. And once injured, always injured. So,
Right.
I mean, once injured, always injured. And if it's talking to us again because of just engagement, then it means we need to keep figuring it out, right? And I love that you're doing the zip because I think that will help a lot. Allow things to kind of shift back and forth a little bit between good and bad in your healing process, right? Sometimes you'll do a move and you're like, oh, what? Let me tell you one thing. I was walking yesterday and my left knee, I never have problems with my left knee, but my right knee is that shuffle dancing injury knee, right? My left knee started talking to me when I was walking. And Stephanie, just like you, I kept trying to figure out, okay, why, and making adjustments. And it took me almost an entire lap before the knee stopped talking to me, right? So Mariah, that comes back to you as well. You're feeling what you said, uncovered an old injury. You're feeling it again. It's just talking to you. Find your way, take a whole lap and keep working it out and find that perfect ooh spot for you, right? And that's what I kept thinking. I was like, I'd get through half the lap and I kept thinking to myself, Donnell, this should be already better. And I started to feel fearful even. Oh my gosh, did I hurt my knee? Oh my gosh, what was going on? And by almost the end of the first lap or that lap, it was gone. So I'm glad I didn't just stick in my fear or stop, right? Because I was feeling my knee. Instead, I kept working at it. So that's just a message for all of you. It worked for me the other day, and I hope you find your way with that for sure. Let's see.